Good morning, my dear students. How are you today? I hope you are doing well. Let's start our new English lesson today. Our English lesson is Module 2, Project Part 2, Student Book page 25, Workbook page 19. Today we are going to learn about the story elements or the elements of the story. Our story have to start. When you want to write a story, you have to start with a title of the story. Next, you should write the setting of the story. What is the setting? Setting is time and place. Say the time when, last week and or last year, last Friday, and the place. Maybe at the park, at the shopping center. The third step is the characters. The characters can be people, animals, objects. Yes, the characters are whom the story is about. After that, the plot. How the story goes or the events of the story in details. The last part is the problem and solution. What is the problem and how it is solved? And the ending. The ending like happily ever after. Okay, my dear students. In our workbook page 19, we have this story. Let's apply or find out the story elements of this story. The first thing is the title of the story. The title here is The Noise from Upstairs. So the title here is The Noise from Upstairs. Number 2, setting and time and place. What is the time here? On Saturday afternoon. And the place, my house. The characters. Who are the characters? I, Khalid, Ali, my parents, and Indigo the parrot. Animal. Good job. The plot, how the story goes or the events. And the problem, a strange noise and someone crying. The problem and solution and ending. Dad caught the parrot and put it back. Let's read the story together. The noise from upstairs. On Saturday afternoon, my younger cousin, Khalid, came to my house. I showed him my parrot, Indigo. He loved it. He spent all afternoon playing with it and talking and taking photos of it. At around 9, Khalid fell asleep upstairs. And my friend Ali came. Khalid fell asleep upstairs, and my friend Ali came to my house. We decided to watch a new DVD. Ali, all of a sudden, we heard a strange noise and someone crying. It's Khalid, I shouted. We were walking up the stairs when something flew at us, and we saw Khalid at the top of the stairs. crying and saying, "Stop, stop." We didn't know what was happening. At the moment, my parents walked in and turned on the lights. Then we saw Indigo land on top of the bookcase. My dad caught the parrot and put it back in its cage. We were happy my parents came home when they did. Now, let's go to our student book to read the writing tip. When you want to write a story, you have to put these points in your mind. Use the past simple to describe where you were and when. Don't forget to use time expressions like yesterday, morning, afternoon, evening, last Monday, weekend. For example, last weekend I visited my grandparents. Visited, I use the past simple. Use the past progressive to describe the background scene in a story. Like, it was raining and we were running in the forest. Use when and while to talk about a specific point in time when something happened. Example, we were playing in the park when it started raining. While we were playing in the park, it started raining. Let's here find out the using of past simple. Yes, on Saturday afternoon, my younger cousin Khalid came here is a past simple. To my house, I showed also is the past simple. He spent all the afternoon playing with it and talking and taking photo of it. Also the using of the past progressive and the using of when and while. He spent all afternoon playing with it and taking photos. Also don't forget to use past progressive and when and while. Now let's go to our workbook, activity 2. Complete the story map below with the elements of your own story. What is the title of the story? Lost in the Park. When and where did the event take place? Last weekend in the park. Who were you with? With my family. What happened? My brother lost in the park. What happened in the end? The security found him outside. So I want you to think of a story map of your own story map. Let's move to activity number 3. Use your ideas from activity 2 to write a story in your notebook. Use the past simple and the past progressive. Here we have an example of a story. The title of story is Lost in the Park. Once upon a time, last weekend, I went with my family to the park. We saw a beautiful sight, and the weather was very nice and sunny. While I was playing with my brother, my mom called me to help her. I I left my brother and went to help her. When I went back to tell my brother to come, I didn't find him. I was shocked and started shouted. I told my mom and went to the security and told him what happened. Finally, the security found him outside. This is my story. Now it's your turn to write about your story. Don't forget to say a title and say the setting, time, and the place, and also say the characters. Don't forget to use past simple and past progressive. Don't forget to use while and when. Also, don't forget to start your sentence with a capital letter and end your sentence with a full stop. Don't forget to leave a finger space. And that's it. This is our lesson for today. Thank you.